BFM, Clint. And now, dang it. And now, Gary G in the morning.
Don't even say you love me. Don't even say you care, and don't just tell me you were wrong. And don't even say you're sorry. I just can't hear your voice. How could you lead me on so long? You're killing me slowly, you're cutting me deeper since the day you walked away. And all I'm left thinking is all of the words I can say to make you stay. Yeah, I don't wanna cry no more. I don't wanna be that girl. All I ever wanted was your love, but you threw it all away, baby. I don't wanna hurt no more. I'm never gonna be that girl. All I ever wanted was your love, but you threw it all away. You threw it all away. Stop all the words you should have said. Stop all the memories in my head. I'm not a game that you can play. And just leave. I don't wanna feel this pain no more. You will never be worth fighting for. I can't believe we'd end this way. You're killing me slowly, you're cutting me deeper since the day you walked away. And all I'm left thinking is all of the words I can say to make you stay. Yeah, I don't wanna cry no more. I don't wanna be that girl. All I ever wanted was your love, but you threw it all away, baby. I don't wanna hurt no more. I'm never gonna be that girl. All I ever wanted was your love, but you threw it all away. Threw it all away. So I leave you now, and I'll be gone forever. You broke my heart, my world's upside down. Was she worth it now? Is she that much better? I hope the two of you are happy together. I don't wanna cry no more. I don't wanna cry. I don't wanna be that girl. All I ever wanted was your love, but you threw it all away, baby. I don't wanna hurt no more. I'm never gonna be that girl. All I ever wanted was your love, but you threw it all away. You threw it all away.
A young man in a wheelchair, no feeling in his limbs, taking what life's dealt him with his silly grins. But he's looking to that final day when he can be made new and he can run and play. Here's a man in prison, paying for his deeds, wants to be with his family, providing for their needs. He's had a change of heart, but still he has to pay. Now he is living for that glorious day. 'Cause he was born to run, born to fly, born to be free like the wind in the trees. When the Savior comes to take him home, days. All her friends gone, trying to remember all that she has done. She talks about those people that help her every day, and she can't wait for heaven, and we often hear her say, that I was born to run, born to fly, born to be free like the wind in the trees. When the Savior comes to take me home, I will be free like I wanted to be. And I was born to run and born to fly, born to be free like the wind in the trees. When the Savior comes to take us home, we will be free like we were meant to be. Like we were meant to be.
Yeah, great song, isn't it? Like that. That's one of our newest songs on the GJRB playlist. The current one there, that's fabulous, is Jimmy Gentry and Born to Run. And we opened up with a song that we play for quite some time. She's been on our list since 2014, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Great song, too. It's called Through It All Away. It's one of our great recurrents. And we still play from time to time. Good morning, everybody, across America and around the world. Welcome from the GJRB Spreaker Studios in Clinton, Iowa, on the north end of Clinton, Iowa, just above Lion Shopping District. In Clinton, Iowa, Main Avenue. It's Gary J in the morning. Yep, we do it again every Tuesday morning, just about. We do the Gary J in the morning show. Weather on the fives, sports page, music, we talk to you a little bit, news every 30 minutes. It's just a informal morning just to hang out. Grab yourself a cup of coffee. I got to refill my cup. And let's chat. You know, it's great. Broadcast to the West Coast from as far as Southern California, you know, the Pacific Coast, just along the Capistranos, Santa Ana, and all the great places, all the way down to San Diego, clear all the way up to San Francisco and the North End, all the way up into Oregon and Washington State, all the way up to Washington, all the way up to Alaska, everywhere, even Hawaii, all those places where it's still early in the morning. It's 11 minutes after 5 o'clock in Honolulu, Hawaii, after 7 a.m. in Anchorage and Fairbanks, Alaska, and wherever you're at across America. Good morning to you. Welcome to Gary J in the morning here on GJRB Online, here on Spreaker, and we have listeners up there, AKCOG, and we have friends with a fabulous family up there called the Summers in Fairbanks, Alaska, North Pole, and we watch their videos quite often, and they are on my Facebook page, so I'm sure that they see our widget. So hit that widget and say hi. I'd love to hear from you. We talk in the morning, have a cup of coffee, chat a little bit. It's just kind of a fun morning, you know, just to sit back and reflect on a couple of days. It's been an interesting week. Everybody down in Florida, we want to put prayers out for, because they are really devastation down there, especially on the Florida coast there. Hurricane Dorian is playing havoc with a lot of people down there. I'm sure a lot of them aren't really listening to this broadcast because they probably can't get us. Dorian has probably shut down a lot of the internet access, so I'm sure that there is nobody really listening from there, unless you know you are lucky enough to have, you know, a smartphone that can pick up your own data. But if you're paying for data to listen to this, which I doubt. Thank you. But absolutely fabulous. A great morning. It's kind of overcast here. This morning we had thunderstorms woke us up about, I'd say, 4 o'clock in the morning this morning here in Iowa. And it's been kind of raining on and off this morning. It's supposed to clear up this afternoon, though. We're expecting temperatures in the upper 80s again. It's like, wow. It's like, where is that coming from? It's like really hot again. I-87. We got some thunderstorms rolling through. I think I don't know what we're going to get. Keep an eye on that. Because, with this hurricane, it could probably spur off some severe thunderstorms. And it starts getting cold after that. Because, we're in September now. And this is September 3rd. And, day after Labor Day. How was your Labor Day? Mine wasn't too bad. I just kind of kicked back a little bit. I was thinking about Jerry Lewis and how, it's a bummer now because, that was kind of the highlight of my Labor Day weekend. Of course, when I was going to school, the Jerry Lewis telethon was kind of one of those things that you kind of watched before you went back to school. I mean, especially for me, grade school, because we didn't really start any school at all when I was a kid until after Labor Day. We didn't really start anything until after. And then when I went to high school, we started a little bit before Labor Day, somewhere like about the last week of August. But we didn't really start as early as kids do now. I mean, it's like, wow. I mean, this is crazy. But they do. They start a lot earlier now. And, that's a bummer. If you're a kid now, I'd hate to be a kid now having to go back to school. Because, man, you don't really get much of a holiday. It's just, it's time to go back to school in August. It's like you only really get 2 months. Well, they do let the kids out. They do let the kids out in May sometimes. They do this for a reason, especially here in the Quad Cities, in the Clinton, Iowa, especially here in the Quad Cities area, because we have nasty winters in this area. And a lot of times we get real bad weather where temperatures get down below zero. We get severe winter storms. And it can cause havoc. And traveling is difficult. It's not one of those things you just, go and do. You have to prepare for the weather because schools get canceled. If it gets really bad, you get temperatures at below zero, or if you get a measurable snowfall of like about maybe a foot, 2 feet of snow, and it's going to blow around and it's going to be too terrible, kids don't go to school. It happens every year. We have this issue, so that is pretty darn understandable. We'll take a look at the weather. We're going to follow that hurricane, and next hour we'll go into the Weather Nation and keep you up to date on what's going on with Dorian. So far, I think that they're saying that the storm is did a lot of damage in the Bahamas. Did extensive damage there. And a lot of people without homes. It's sad there. But right now they're saying the storm surge. They're warning Florida right now and the Florida coastline for today and tomorrow with storm surges. And I don't know. I think this would probably be the east coast of Florida down toward Miami. So we'll keep an eye on that and keep you on top of the Dorian situation. And we'll talk a little bit. I'd love to hear from you. If you want to talk, let's chat a little bit. It's always fun when we talk. I love to have some people aboard. So I'm going to be spreading this show around. And, of course, 15 minutes of nonstop talking music to open up our show. So how about that? Sounds cool? Better believe it. Let's do it. We got a lot of really good things going on. So let's roll with the show, huh? And do a little bit of fun music and stuff, and it'd just be a blast. So hang in there. The Gary J in the Morning Show right here on GJRB Online. And we have some really good music, and we'll play some classics as well. Got some all your all-time favorites. 50s, 60s, 70s rock and roll, oldies, classic country, to Christian rock and Christian alternative, and we just chat a little bit as well in between. So it just makes for a fantabulous show. So keep it here on GJRB Online for the morning. So all people out in the West Coast can join us today for some really good music here on the Gary J in the Morning Show right here on Spreaker across America, around the world. And thank you for tuning in to Gary J in the Morning Show here on GJRB Online. So why don't we head back into some tunes for a while I roll this show around all over the social sites. See, we get a lot of people out there listening. I was listening to William DeVal yesterday with some blues. Got in the mood for some blues. Here's the Rusty Wright Band, Someday After a While, on the Gary J in the Morning Show. Good morning, West Coasters.
I've got to ride that lonesome train. My heart is heavy with aches and pains. Oh, now someday, baby, after a while, you will be sorry. Every day my skies are gray. It takes you to road, takes each and every one of you fine people that throw my gray skies away. Oh, now someday, baby, after a while, you will be sorry. Trouble's on my mind. Yeah, trouble, way down that line. I don't need none of I don't need your sympathy. So babe, don't you pity me. I may be blue, but I don't mind, 'cause I know way down that line, oh, now
Oh, yeah. Please tell me the truth. That's Gary Younger and a group called Song Brother. A bunch of guys got together, and one of them was a former member and played for Paul Revere and the Raiders. This guy is fabulous. These guys are a great song. Please tell me the truth. And he is a songwriter. Just left. He was living here in Clinton. I knew him for a long, long time. And he left town, but I think about him often, and a very interesting guy. Always had some good songs to write, and new stuff. Always new emerging artist right here on GJRB Online, and we'll have another one of his songs coming up later on as a new entry into our GJRB list. Absolutely fabulous tune too as well, so stay tuned for that. Gary J in the morning here on GJRB Online. Good morning. It's the Gary J in the morning wake up show. 50 minutes of nonstop talking music and stuff like that. It's just going to be a fun morning to wake up and chat a little bit in the morning because, some mornings I play tunes and some mornings I like to talk a little bit. I like to, because this is a morning show after all, especially for people out in the West Coast listening, and a lot of people up in Alaska and in Honolulu, Hawaii, where it's like 5:25 in the morning. If you're up that early, sure, if you're going to work, in Hawaii, well, you probably are listening to the show. Why not? It's one of those things, right? I tell you what we're going to be doing, though. We got some more really good music coming up, so I hope you'll stay with me for all the good stuff here on GJRB Online, here on Spreaker. If you like our music, love to hear from you. And we'll have a lot of really good stuff coming your way here on GJRB Online, here on Spreaker across America. And not only that, I use this effects button on here, and sometimes I put songs there, and sometimes I don't. I need really to use that for the jingles. So why don't we do Weather on the Fives? I think that'd be a good idea. Get that started and get that rolling, because we're talking about the Hurricane Dorian, which is right now playing havoc with a lot of the weather right now in our weather, especially for people down in Florida. They already had a lot of damage down in the Bahamas, and now we're worried about Florida. Hurricane Dorian, I don't know, is it still a Category 5? I thought it went downgraded to a 4. I think so, but it's still a lot of damage. Major hurricane warning expected to slowly approach the eastern side of the Florida Gulf coastline late today. Dorian will remain a large and dangerous hurricane with storm tracks northward, near or just off coastline of offshore Florida, east coast through Wednesday. And this is a slow motion, will bring some long-durated rain, storm surges, damaging winds, and isolated tornadoes. So this hurricane is really playing havoc with a lot of people down south right now. I mean, I'd love to go down to Florida, but not now. Oh, boy. And we're going to keep an eye on that, because they say that this storm, and I don't know if anybody knows what the category of this storm is right now. I think they're still saying it's a Category 5. It might be a little different, not sure. But there's now a disturbance or another tropical depression expected to strengthen in the tropical storm by Wednesday off the Atlantic and the Caribbean, off the Gulf Coast. We're going to keep an eye on that one. And then they're seeing the northwestern now. They're going to size dangerous winds, life-threatening storm surges in the Grand Bahamas. That really did some damage there. I feel bad for those people. Hurricane Juliet is bringing 130 miles per hour in the Clarion Island. Wind gust of 130 miles per hour. Is that another hurricane? I never heard that one. Dorian's been so heavily publicized that it looks like this other hurricane is just as bad. So we're going to keep an eye on that one. And we'll do that. Hurricane Dorian being the central part of our storm information today, because they say this storm is pretty bad and playing a lot of havoc with the weather at this point. So we're just going to keep an eye on that for you and let you know exactly what. And speaking of eye, no pun intended here, but I guess that hurricane, there's a picture of it, this plane going through the hurricane, and you can see the eye of this hurricane, the sun peeking through it. It's just mind-blowing. Honest to God, I see this storm is huge. My goodness. I mean, this is a huge storm. And I got to tell you something, man. You have to wonder about it. So we're going to keep an eye on that, and we're going to see what's going on as far as what the storms are going to, what's going to come out of it. Because I'm sure that a lot of people, especially out in the West Coast, California area, all that, they're concerned, about this storm, because this is going to do more damage. I don't know about Miami and all that, so let's pray for the storm. It'll get better, or maybe the storm will pass, especially in that area. So we'll keep an eye on that. Right now, though, let's take a look at the news update.
TV. Here are today's top stories.
Hurricane Dorian carves a deadly path through the Bahamas.
Divers are still looking for survivors after a deadly California boat fire. This is Reuters Now.
And we'll follow that story. That was a terrible fire. I know I'm going to keep an eye on that story. And we're going to follow that news story and keep you on top of sports page and keep you on what's going on at the news every 30 minutes at the bottom of the top of the clock to keep you on top. GJRB Online News. I'm Gary J. Russin at the GJRB News Desk. And you're listening to Gary J. in the Morning Show here on GJRB Online. Thank you so much for tuning in on a Tuesday morning. This is our regular Tuesday morning program. We usually do this just about every Tuesday unless something happens. 1 week we didn't do it. My wife had some important things we needed to do, so I took that day off. But usually I do a Tuesday morning show. So always glad doing this. I love doing the morning program. Have a good time keeping you informed with news and playing your favorite music and just having just a blast. So thank you for tuning in. Gary J in the Morning here on GJRB Online, here on Spreaker, across America and around the world, wherever you're listening. Gary Russin here. Hey, I'll tell you our program schedule coming up too as well. We're doing 50 minutes of nonstop music. This is the Stockwells, our hometown of Clinton, Iowa, with a great song called Busy Mind Thinker.
'Cause I had a bad few in my time. Been thinking about what you said, but my head is on the wrong side. I don't do chameleons. I don't do chameleons. I was thinking you could change your mind. I was thinking you could change your mind.
50-minute music hours and more great music on Spreaker. GJRB Online.
Just got your letter, baby. It's too bad you can't come home. I swear I'm going crazy, sitting here all alone. And since you've gone, I got a mess of blues. I ain't slept a wink since Sunday, and I can't eat a thing all day. And every day is just Blue Monday since you've been away, since you're gone. I got a mess of blues. There goes a teardrop rolling down my face. If you cry when you're in love, it sure ain't no disgrace. But I gotta get myself together before I lose my mind. I'm gonna catch the next train going and leave my blues behind. Since you're gone, I got a mess of blues. Just got your little baby. Too bad you can't come home. I swear I'm going crazy, sitting here all alone. Since you've gone, I got a mess of blues.
Yeah, I got a mess of blues. That is Rex Reynolds on GJRB Online. Gary J. Rustin with you. Gary J. in the morning here on Spreaker across America. 50 minutes of nonstop talk and music to bring you through the morning. And thank you so much for tuning in today. And I was glad bringing the best in music and talk to part of the show. Hey, you want to be part of the show? You want to get in on it? Love to hear from you. All you have to do is get in anywhere to find me. I am on right here on Spreaker, but you can find me in other great places. I'm trying to get this show up on the Spotify. I don't know. So far, the only shows I really have on Spotify at this point are Gary Rustin Program, the Gary Rustin Program Saturday Extra, and a few other programs, but I haven't managed to get this one up yet. But I will be working on getting this one up on Spotify. I think it is. I'm not sure. I have to look on my Spotify to find out, but I know for a fact I don't think I have this on yet. But you can still find me on the Facebook. I just posted just a moment ago on my Facebook page, so you can find it there. Fairly easy. If you're a follower or a friend of mine on Facebook, you can just go there. Or you can just go. I am also on Facebook. I'm also on Twitter. I'm the Radio Maniac. So when you go in there, you'll see the radio icon, the antique radio. It says GJRB Online right there, and you'll see this widget. And when you click that play button, it'll open up, and you can listen to it right there, or just come right onto our Spreaker public site. It'll take you right there, and you can join me in the chat room and say hi that way if you don't want to be on the air. But I put you on the air, definitely. Also, I'm going to open up my Skype, which I'm going to do here. I'm going to go into my my desktop, pull up my Skype, and I'm Gary.Russin on there. That's GARY.RUSSEN. That's two Samuels, Emmanuel, and the Nelly. Okay, SRUSSEN. Gary.Russin. When you get in there, you hit that button in the Skype, Gary.Russin. It'll come up, and you can call me on there, and all you got to do is just type that into the Skypes. When you get on Skype, it'll open up into that page, and you'll see I'm active. It's green. I'm active. That means that I'm on there. And just type in the button. When you get into the button, you see that little search window on the top there. Just type in Gary.Russin, and I'll come up, and just hit that call button, and it'll ring here in the Spreaker Studios, and I'll put you on the air. And I've had some people on here through Skype, and it sounds real good too. Absolutely incredible. So do that, and you'll find all the fantabulous people that follow me. Listen to Mike Myers this morning, and he had a great show. Absolutely fabulous as always. And of course, greetings to a new guy in there. His name is Michael. He is on MTFB. Great show he has on there too. So big shout out to him and a lot of other great people. So check that out. All right. Tell you what we're going to do right now. Let's do a sports page update.
GJRB Sports Page Update
starts now. Well, look at this. The Colts. The Colts hope that two backup quarterbacks will be equal to one Andrew Luck. I need to remember straight. I think Andrew Luck, he left or something? I can't remember what it was. U.S. Open Day 8. And Nadal reaches the quarterfinals in Oaxaca. Falls to Benezek. And some of the games tonight: Houston plays Milwaukee, Baltimore playing Tampa Bay, and Minnesota plays Boston. Houston plays Milwaukee, and the Chicago Cubs are 74-63 are playing against the Seattle Mariners tonight. They win yesterday? I think so. I'll take a look at that schedule. Let me see if that if they won yesterday. I'm pretty sure they did. We'll check the scores later on and see what they have. The Cubs didn't have such a great weekend this weekend. I don't know what happened to them, but they didn't do too good. It just had one of them bad games like they always do. The pitching, just, I don't know. We'll find out there later. But right now, though, let's get our weather on the fives. Take a look at some predicted temperatures across America right now. Los Angeles expecting 73 and fair today. Cedar Rapids, Iowa, 76 degrees and cloudy. Des Moines, 79 degrees expected today, cloudy. 71 and partly cloudy here in Clinton, Iowa. Salem, Massachusetts at 71 degrees and sunny. Paducah, Kentucky, checking in, 78 degrees expected today and sunshine. We're going to take a look at those temperatures. These are probably the current temperatures at this point. And we're going to take a look at some other ones here. Let's go down the page here a little bit to Houston, Texas. Fairbanks, Alaska, 43, partly cloudy. And let's take a look at some of the other places. Tampa, Florida right now is at 84. 81 degrees, and they've got that red flag right there at Fort St. Lucie. That's where the hurricane's they're expecting that. Houston, Texas, 83 degrees and sunny. And we'll take a look at weather in your area coming up next hour. And we'll do weather on the fives, and we'll visit our friends at Weather Nation and take a look at what's going on as far as what they expect for Hurricane Dorian. We'll be following that. Weather Nation coming up next hour right here on GJRB Online. Weather on the fives, 25 and 45 minutes past the hour on all music shows, 25 and 55 on all talk shows, or any time in the hour that ends in 5, 15, 25, 35, 45, or 55 past the hour on GJRB Online. And it's starting to clear up here in the Spreaker Studios right now. Not too bad. Looking real good. And we'll take a look at the weather coming up. We're going to do a big flip here in about 20 seconds for station ID. And be right back. I got some more good stuff coming your way. So stay right by it. Yeah, I'm Gary J. Rustin. You're listening to GJRB Online. Thanks for tuning in this morning. Gary J. in the Morning Show right here on the GJRB Online Network.